Seniors, stop. 9 everyday foods you should not be putting in the refrigerator, and the real reasons why. Imagine that the box in your kitchen you trust to keep food safe is quietly changing the things you eat in ways that matter to your health. That sounds dramatic, but it's true. Cold temperatures can alter chemistry, ruin textures, and reduce nutrients in common foods. Small losses add up, especially as we age. Today, I'll take you through 9 foods that are better kept out of the fridge, explain what goes wrong when they're chilled, and tell you exactly how to store each one so it keeps its flavor, nutrients, and usefulness. Stick around for number 2. Nearly everyone is surprised by it. If you want to check sources, we've added links in the description. Before we dive in, tell us in the comments where you're watching from, and if you've ever noticed odd tastes after refrigerating something. We reply to every comment with practical tips. If you like clear, senior-friendly kitchen advice, hit like and subscribe. Now let's begin. Number 9. Potatoes. Potatoes are meant to be stored cool, dark, and dry, but not refrigerator cold. The chill turns some of their starch into simple sugars, and that changes taste and how they cook. When these sugars meet high heat, frying or roasting, they can turn into compounds you'd rather not eat in large amounts, and the texture becomes grainy or unpleasant. Refrigerated potatoes also develop a sweeter flavor and a mealy mouthfeel that many people mistake for old or low-quality produce. The fix is simple. Keep potatoes in a paper bag or basket in a dark cupboard, cellar, or pantry where the temperature is cool but not cold. Good airflow prevents moisture buildup and slows sprouting. Don't store them in plastic or next to strong-smelling foods, and keep them away from onions because those two produce gases that make each other spoil faster. Done right, many potatoes can keep for weeks to months without a fridge. Number 8. Bread. For sandwiches and toast lovers, this might be hard to accept. The refrigerator makes most bread go stale faster. Cold accelerates the recrystallization of starch molecules in the crumb, drying it out and turning a soft loaf into something firm and crumbly. The smells and volatile compounds that give bread its fresh aroma also weaken in the cold. The best approach is to keep bread at room temperature, in a bread box or paper bag that allows a little airflow without letting the loaf dry out. If you won't finish a loaf in a few days, slice it and put portions in the freezer. Freezing preserves softness and flavor, and frozen slices can go straight into the toaster. That trick saves money and keeps your toast tasting fresh. Number 7. Honey. Honey is nature's preservative. Its natural sugars and low moisture make it extremely shelf-stable. But refrigeration speeds up crystallization, turning smooth honey into a hard, grainy mass that's harder to use and less pleasant on a spoon. Cold jars can also produce condensation when opened, introducing moisture that invites fermentation. To keep honey as usable and flavorful as possible, store it at normal room temperature in a tightly sealed jar, away from direct sunlight and strong heat. If it does crystallize, don't toss it. Warm the jar in a bowl of warm water and stir. The texture will return and the honey remains fine to eat. Number 6. Coffee. Coffee beans and grounds are sensitive to air, moisture, light, and temperature. The refrigerator is full of odors and fluctuating cold pockets, and coffee soaks up those smells like a sponge. Repeated temperature change in the fridge produces condensation on the beans, speeding up staling and potentially encouraging mold in ground coffee. The aromatic oils that give coffee its character can solidify in the cold and then extract poorly when you brew. Keep coffee in an opaque, airtight container at room temperature and buy amounts you can use up within a couple of weeks of opening. If you must store coffee longer term, freezing in open bags or dividing beans into single-use packets and freezing once can work, but avoid repeatedly thawing and refreezing. Number 5. Garlic. Whole garlic heads like a dry, ventilated environment. Refrigeration brings moisture and encourages sprouting, softening, and sometimes mold in the cloves. Cold also affects the volatile oils that give garlic its flavor and health-supporting properties, causing a loss of potency. Store garlic bulbs in a cool, dry, ventilated spot. A mesh bag or bowl on a pantry shelf is perfect. Once you break a head, use cloves within a short time for best flavor. If you peel or mince garlic in advance, refrigerate only what you plan to use within a few days and keep it in an airtight container. Be careful with oils and long storage because anaerobic conditions can be risky. Number 4. Bananas. Bananas are tropical and their cells don't tolerate long exposure to cold. Put a banana in the fridge and the peel will darken quickly. The inside often becomes mushy and the fruit's ripening chemistry stalls. The result can be a loss of vitamins and a change in texture that's unpleasant to eat. Store bananas at room temperature, and if you want to control ripening, use paper bags to speed it up. Add an apple to the bag, or separate the bunch and wrap stems to slow it down. Once they reach your preferred ripeness, you may pop them in the fridge for a short time to prolong edible life, but the skin will likely darken. For long-term use, peel and freeze bananas for smoothies. Frozen bananas make excellent, creamy blends without the texture problems refrigeration causes. Number 3. Onions. Whole onions prefer cool, dry, airy conditions. The refrigerator's high humidity and confined space can soften onions, promote mold, and change their flavor. Cold can also alter the balance of sugars and make the flesh less suitable for caramelizing. Store whole, uncut onions in a mesh bag, open basket, or ventilated cupboard at a cool room temperature. Keep them away from potatoes, which release gases that speed sprouting and decay. If you cut an onion, that cut surface should be refrigerated in an airtight container and used within a few days, because the exposed vegetable becomes vulnerable to microbes once it's no longer whole. Number 2. Tomatoes. This one surprises people because tomatoes are so common. Room temperature is where tomatoes build their flavor and aroma, and chilling them disrupts the enzymes that produce those delicious compounds. Refrigeration damages the delicate cell walls and can leave the flesh mealy and bland. In many cases, the change is lasting. A chilled tomato that warms up later often does not regain its original flavor. For the best tomatoes, keep them on the counter at room temperature, stem side down if you can, and use them within a few days once ripe. Avoid placing them in plastic bags where ethylene cannot escape. And if you have too many, make sauce and freeze it. Cooked and frozen tomato products often retain nutrients and flavor better than fruit that has been chilled raw. Number 1. Avocados. Avocados top this list because of what refrigeration does to their texture and fats. Unripe avocados need warmth to ripen properly. Chilling stalls that ripening and can cause the fruit to become stringy or mealy. In addition, prolonged cold can speed oxidative changes in the healthy fats inside, reducing antioxidant activity and producing off flavors. Ripe avocados can be held briefly in the fridge to slow further ripening for a day or two, but keeping avocados chilled for longer usually harms both texture and taste. The right strategy is to buy avocados at different ripeness levels. Store unripe ones on the counter and refrigerate only when you need to hold a ripe fruit for a short time. If you cut an avocado, leaving the pit in the unused half, brushing with lemon or lime, and storing in an airtight container or with a piece of onion can help slow browning for a day or two. Let's review the practical takeaways, because small habits change results. Keep root vegetables like potatoes cool and dark, but not fridge cold. Keep bread at room temperature or freeze it for longer life. Store honey sealed at room temperature. Keep coffee in an airtight, opaque jar at room temperature. Keep whole garlic and onions in ventilated, dry places. Treat bananas and other tropical fruits as room temperature items. Keep tomatoes on the counter to preserve flavor. And buy avocados at stages so you don't have to chill unripe fruit. When in doubt, think about where the food grows and how it ripens. Tropical fruits generally don't like the cold. Things that are very low in moisture, like honey, don't need it, and aroma-rich items are sensitive to fridge smells and condensation. A few extra, easy steps you can use right now. Organize a small counter bowl for tomatoes and avocados to keep them visible. Use a bread box or paper bag for loaves you'll eat within a week. Label frozen bread or coffee portions with dates. Hang bananas or separate them to manage ripening. And create a cool, dark drawer box for potatoes and onions so they're out of sunlight but still ventilated. These are low-effort changes that improve taste and reduce waste. Why does this matter for seniors? As we age, we often need concentrated nutrition and flavorful food to eat enough and enjoy meals. Nutrient losses and off tastes make it harder to get the calories, fiber, and antioxidants our bodies need. A few avoided mistakes each week can preserve vitamins, protect healthy fats, and make food more enjoyable. And that makes it easier to eat well on a daily basis. Now, we want to hear from you. Which food on this list surprised you the most? Have you been storing something in the fridge for years only to learn it's better outside? Share your experiences, your town, and your age in the comments. We read and answer each comment with practical suggestions, personal tips, and troubleshooting for storage problems. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. We make senior-friendly, science-based tips to make healthy living easier. Our next video shows an easy pantry reorganization that will help you put these ideas into practice in minutes. Thank you for watching.